Oftentimes, there's a saying, the sins of the father, it's in the Bible, is visited upon the third and the fourth generation. But what I have been seeing happening is letting me to understand that the sins of the mother is also visited upon the third and the fourth generation, because our parenting style and technique and the way we raise our children helps form their attitude, molds their character, shapes their mindset, shifts their behavior, that the things they see from their parents in their parents' marriage in the family seeps in through them, and they carry it on and on. If it is good, they pass it down. If it is bad, they pass it down onto the third and the fourth generation. That there are things that God prepared for us as families, a mandate that God has prepared. But because of the things our children have been, the scars that they have experienced in their due to their parents' marriages, it doesn't give them the liberty to achieve their destiny. That even if it does, they have to climb a mountain to achieve it. Hey, precious people, welcome to Precious People Relate. My name is Precious Marital. If it's the first time watching any of my videos, I welcome you. And today we are relating on parenting and gossiping and telling your children things that they are not supposed to hear, and setting boundaries with your children, teaching them what is right. I saw like 2 videos that stood out to me. One was a boy that was being whipped. He was whipped and whipped, almost 100 canes, and I cried. I was watching it, my heart was breaking. I cried because it is not his fault. His parents failed him. His parents failed him. His mother failed him, because I saw when he was beating another woman, sucker punching the woman with his mother. Him and his mother they were fighting this woman. So the community, the youths, they put together their own vigilante or whatever, and they whipped this boy. They beat him so bad. I saw another one where a woman gave the child poison to put for the husband. Involving your children in grown-up issues. I remember growing up as a child, my mother had a misunderstanding with somebody else, and they were having this talk, and I came out to follow my mother to talk. My mother left the woman she was talking to. She left the woman. She came inside the house. She beat me for opening my mouth to talk to a grown-up. She said, "How dare you open your mouth and say something to her? She's not your mate. This does not concern you. Go and sit your behind in the house and shut up your mouth." She left her, and then she went back and faced the woman again, because she has taken it enough from that woman. So this was she responding. That really taught me and my siblings a big lesson, that never you open your mouth and disrespect an elder, because when parents allow their children to disrespect people outside, especially elders, when they are done disrespecting those elders, they will come back and disrespect you, that is the parent, because you refuse to draw the line and to set boundaries. Hophni and Phinehas are children that were like eyesore to God. They were supposed to be the priests that should have carried on, the priesthood from their father, Prophet Eli. But because they were fornicators, they were cheaters, they were doing a whole lot of things, in the temple of God, by the temple door, God was so angry that he shut Hannah's womb. That when I was reading the Bible, the Holy Spirit interpreted to me. He told me that God shut Hannah's womb because he needed a priest unto Israel, because he has seen that there was no hope between Hophni and Phinehas, and because Eli had failed to reprimand his children for what they were doing, God put a curse. And he told Eli in 1 Samuel chapter 3, he said, "I have put a curse and a yoke over Eli's house, and nothing shall break this yoke," because he saw what his children did and he refused to call them to order. So he wasn't teaching them, but he saw them doing something wrong, and he did not say what he was supposed to do what he was supposed to do as a parent. There is a mandate that God gave every family. The having children is not a right. It's not a right that you will have child, that you will get married to, that you will just have a baby. It is a privilege, because we have been entrusted with souls to handle. And how you handle or mishandle this soul determines how this soul will prosper or not prosper. We have to understand this principle as parents. Parenting is a journey. You will make mistakes. But you have to understand that when you make mistakes, you call yourself to order. Stop gossiping your children to your spouses. Stop saying your husband, your father did this. This is your father. Look at what your father did. Your father. You're good for nothing father. You're a hopeless father. You're this. Even if he's a hopeless father, even if he's a good for nothing father, It is not for a child to know. It gets to a stage in life when the child can be 13, 14. The child will pretty much know whether the father is hopeful or hopeless. Children see everything. They are little sponges. They absorb everything. They do what you do, not what you say. So when a child is up to 12 or 13, they know if their mother is a hopeless mother or is a good mother. They know if their father is hopeless or good. They know, they see everything. You don't need to bash or to degrade your spouse or talk about your mother. This is your good for nothing mother. This is your lazy mother. This is your dirty mother. This is your this. No. If you are a spouse or a parent and you have been doing this, this is a wake-up call. God is telling us to change because we are actually doing more harm. Our children don't have any stake in your marriage. Your marriage is between you and your spouse, husband and wife. Nothing to do with children. Even when your spouse is failing, you cover your spouse. There are times that your spouse will do something or discipline your child or do something that you don't really agree with. It's not for you to go and tell your child, don't mind your father, don't mind him. No. You cover your spouse. Your father loves you or your mother loves you. I know she did it out of love. Even though you know they did it out of spite or they were angry or they were mad, then you go back to your spouse and you tell your spouse, look at what you did. Look at this. Look at the effect to have on our children. We have to understand that we cannot live our life in our marriages anyhow we want and think that it will not affect our children. When a child is stealing in the house and you don't do what you can to stop that child, the child will go outside and steal. When they are done stealing outside, they will come back in your house and they will sell all your property. Or they will come back and face you because the discipline you should have given them, you fail to give them. If you don't do what you have to do as a parent, you are sowing seed that will take your child and the next generation and the third and fourth generation to break. It will take them a long time to break it. A long time to break it. Marriages are suffering. Homes are suffering. Children are suffering because people get married and don't really know how to set boundaries and don't really know how to respect each other. The things you say, when you call your friends and you gossip to your friends or you complain to your friends and you cry to your friends, make sure your children are not around to listen to that. It is none of their business. When you call somebody to confide in them, your children shouldn't listen to that. When you're married and you're having misunderstanding, you shouldn't be saying it when you wait when the children are going out or when the house is quiet, you call your spouse and you talk. We have to learn how to be cultured in our home, because lack of that is affecting children. I see the way many youngsters talk, many of them, the way they talk, and you look at their parents and you see that the apple does not fall far from the tree. There are instances when children decide to do not what their parents taught them. They decide to go out on their own and just misbehave. That is the different case. But when you see that a parent have failed their child in parenting the child, stop telling your child your business. Stop telling your child your husband or your wife's business. It is wrong. Stop using your children as puppets, drawing them here and there, telling them this is what your husband did. It is wrong. They have no business in your marriage. They have no business in your bedroom. Get your children and their ears and their destiny out of your marital issues. Give them a better fighting chance at life and at marriage when they grow up and eventually decide to get married. So we don't keep passing down this culture. Keep your children out of your marriage. When your child is doing something bad, start from the early age and curtail your child. Precious people, I hope this message blesses us. I will see you in the next video, and I want to appreciate you all for how you have been, you're liking, you're sharing, you're commenting, how you have been supporting my page. It is a privilege, and I am really, really humbled. And I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.